am Ruth the Truth Torres. Let's talk about what is a woman's place.
A woman's place is in control of her own body. It is not the role of government to control what people do with their own bodies or infringe upon God-given free will. It is the role of government to deal with factors that abuse the vulnerable or undermine free will, placing us all under dictatorship. On my webpage, whenever you see these colored links, these are links so that you can click on them and see the facts behind everything that I say. Did you know that abortion bans are forcing women to continue pregnancies that risk their lives? Women are dying, and it is also impacting our ability to have children in the future. Did you know women are being forced to carry stillborn babies to term, denied cancer treatments, so maybe their babies are born to be orphans, are facing criminal charges, family and friends face lawsuits, and medical providers are threatened with loss of license, leading to a loss of doctors in Texas? Did you know that some local laws are controlling and denying women the ability to drive down roads? Isn't this far too extreme? There is an estimated 64,000 rape-related pregnancies just in 18 months after 14 states passed abortion bans after the 2022 Supreme Court overruled Roe v. Wade, including an estimated 26,000 rape-related pregnancies in Texas alone, again, just in 18 months. Would you want your wife or daughter violated by a rapist and then violated by government and forced to carry their rapist child? Texas also has thousands of rape kits that weren't even processed for up to 20 years. That backlog told rapists that the state doesn't care about women being raped, that they can get away with it because no one's even looking for them. I am a woman of faith that values life and God-given free will, as well as the personal rights promised in our Constitution. So this is an issue that requires balance. I personally understand the joys of motherhood, as well as the challenges women face in poverty, domestic violence, and trapped in human trafficking. I also understand the impact abortion and miscarriages have on women, as well as the challenges working women have during and after pregnancies and in obtaining child support enforcement. That's why I will represent women's rights to have full control of the decisions affecting their own body, including codifying Roe v. Wade with limits, so that abortion is legal up until the time when the baby can survive outside of the womb. Exceptions due to rape, incest, and well-defined medical necessity, so women are not dying. We must protect women's rights to utilize in vitro infertilization, IVF, because for some women, this is our only chance to become mothers. We must address the drivers of abortion, poverty, abuse, and exploitation, by ensuring affordable access to birth control and resources for domestic abuse and mental health. We must provide affordable medical care during and after pregnancies and ensure timely processing of rape kits and prosecution of rape and human trafficking. We must provide evaluation and resources for domestic violence, incest, and human trafficking so that women getting abortions don't return to those same abusive environments. And we need to support maternal and child support enforcement from conception and affordable childcare so that women can have their children. The people of District 5 deserve respect and ability to control the decisions that affect their own body and make their own choices for their own lives. Let's talk about the need for women to have equal representation and equity in the workforce and government. Did you know that women are still paid 83 cents on the dollar compared to men for the very same job? And that minority women are paid 57 cents to the dollar for the same job? Did you know that despite 1963's Equal Pay Act, working women have lost over $61 trillion in wages since then? Did you know that women represent 45% of the entry-level workforce, but only 28% in leadership roles and in US Congress, and only 32% in state governments? This results in more women struggling paying rent instead of owning a home, and our inability to afford healthcare, other significant inequality factors reducing our quality of life and ability to take care of our kids. That's why who writes the laws matter. That's why I will work for legislation to reduce the gender wage gap, as well as improve women's representation in women and government. Because women deserve to be respected, equally represented, and valued in government and the workforce. Let's take care of the kids that we have, especially our vulnerable foster kids that deserve protection. Did you know that there are over 390,000 kids in foster care nationwide and over 28,000 right here in Texas, the second highest level in the country? Did you know that Texas's foster care system is one of the worst in the country and has been failing our foster kids for almost 13 years and violating federal court orders for over 7 years? Even after our governor's solution, his solution for this was to, of course, privatize it. So the same people, the same processes are in place. It's just privatized to throw more money at it. But there is no better performance, no better protections and solutions for our vulnerable foster kids. Did you know that 70% of former foster care youth are arrested at least once? And by age 17, over 50% have had a juvenile justice encounter. If children in foster care have 5 or more placements, they're at a 90% risk of being involved in the criminal justice system. I was a foster kid, and I understand the failures of the system firsthand. And that's why I will work for bipartisan legislation that addresses our broken foster care system in the state of Texas and nationwide, with more resources for parents and family members to raise kids in safe and healthy environments, reduce barriers to adoption, and increase accountability to make sure all of our children have lives worth living, not merely surviving, and not a pipeline to prison. Our children deserve quality of life.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. Please connect on social media, subscribe to the newsletter, and sign up to volunteer on the Get Involved page above. I look forward to connecting with you and seeing you vote for Ruth the Truth Torres for U.S. Congress, Texas District 5, allowing me to work for the policies you deserve.